The UK Ministry of Defence has confirmed that a Royal Air Force RAF Typhoon FGR-4 fighter jet shot down a hostile drone over Syria. This is the first confirmed air-to-air engagement of this type in RAF's history, and it's the first time that the RAF has fired an air-to-air missile during Operation Shader, Britain's effort in the US-led campaign against ISIS in the Middle East. It's also the first time since the late 1940s that an RAF pilot flying an RAF aircraft has downed an enemy aircraft of any kind in aerial combat. The takedown was accomplished using ASRAAM, or Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why the RAF downing of a hostile drone by ASRAAM is an impressive feat. Let's get into the details. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. If you are, like us, fascinated by military vehicles and technology, I recommend you give War Thunder a try. It's a military vehicle combat game which you can download and play for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. It has a huge variety of more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s, which you can take to battle on land, in the air, and at sea on more than 80 theaters of war. War Thunder's been kind enough to offer all Defense Updates viewers a special bonus, which will grant you a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account time for registering using our link in the description below. So take the plunge and join more than 20 million players from around the world. While details are limited, British officials have confirmed that the Typhoon downed a small hostile drone on December 14th, and that this unmanned aerial vehicle was determined to have posed a threat to coalition forces in the area. 2 Typhoon jets were on a routine patrol from their base in Cyprus when they were asked to investigate the small drone. The incident took place near the Al Tanf coalition military base, close to the border with Iraq. While the type of drone and if it was armed is unclear, it was engaged once it became clear that it was a threat. According to Captain Bill Urban, the spokesman for U.S. Central Command, there were 2 drones that entered the airspace around Al Tanf. He added, as one of the drones continued its course deeper into the Al Tanf deconfliction zone, it was assessed as demonstrating hostile intent and was shot down. In this context, it's to be noted that the proliferation of drone tech is turning out to be a major challenge for militaries around the world. On September 14, 2019, the facilities of Saudi Arabia's oil company, Aramco, located in the east of the country, came under attack. The world's biggest oil refinery near the city of Abqaiq and a refinery near Khurais, where Saudi's second largest oil field is located, were targeted. The drones were able to evade the air defense, cause a lot of damage, and resulted in a spike in crude oil prices. The Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile, also known by its United States identifier, AIM-132, is an imaging, infrared, homing, heat-seeking, air-to-air missile produced by MBDA UK that's designed for close-range combat. It's in service in the Royal Air Force, RAF, and Royal Australian Air Force, RAAF, replacing the AIM-9 Sidewinder. ASRAAM is designed to allow the pilot to fire and then turn away before the opposing aircraft can close for a shot. It flies at well over Mach 3 to ranges in excess of 25 kilometers or 16 miles. The missile accepts target information via the aircraft sensors, such as the radar or helmet-mounted sight, but can also act as an autonomous infrared search and track system. It retains a 50G maneuverability provided by body lift technology coupled with tail control. Viewers may note that MBDA, maker of ASRAAM, is also the manufacturer of Meteor Beyond Visual Range missile, which is considered to be the best missile in its class. The important part is that despite the small size of the drone and potentially having a very low IR signature, making it a hard target, it was successfully shot down. UK Defense Secretary Ben Wallace said in a statement, "This strike is an impressive demonstration of the RAF's ability to take out hostile targets in the air which pose a threat to our forces. We continue to do everything we can alongside our coalition partners to stamp out the terrorist threat and protect our personnel and our partners." The Defense Ministry confirmed, despite the small size of the drone, making it a very challenging target, it was successfully shot down using an ASRAAM and the threat eliminated. The excellent homing capability of ASRAAM is clear, and it's to be noted that it's having a longer range than equivalent heat-seeking missiles, such as the AIM-9X Sidewinder. But the fact remains that using pretty expensive ASRAAMs, or surface-to-air missiles such as the Patriot, against relatively primitive and cheap drones isn't cost-effective. At a presentation, Becca Schwartz, who leads strategy for Lockheed Martin Counter-UAS, pointed to, among other things, the spectacular displays of drone swarms in the Olympics as an example of just how much commercial tech can offer for potential terrorist or military swarming. Schwartz added, "Accessibility to the hobbyist means that it's accessible to the adversary." It's evident that cheaper anti-drone technology like lasers will have to be perfected and deployed on large scale to mitigate this issue.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.